Hey guys, it's Cooterz, and we're going to be looking at the new Pathway expansion, Incursion. I haven't been playing in a while. I hope it's a lot better than Bestiary because I didn't enjoy Bestiary at all. I don't think a lot of people did, and I thought it was actually possibly the worst league. It was the worst league I've ever played. I don't know if it was the worst league ever that like PoE ever came out with, but in my opinion, it definitely was the worst league that I've ever played. And I usually play the whole league through, and I quit, I think, a month into this league, maybe a few weeks into this league, and I just didn't really like it. I came back a few times to make new characters, and I couldn't do it. It was so bad. It was just too many bugs, poorly executed. Mechanics was terrible. I just think Bestiary is one of the worst leagues I've ever played. I think it's the worst. I would vote it was the worst ever. But anyway, let's go to Incursion. Hopefully this will bring me back in and I'll like it more. And as you can tell, people in chat land over here, LW does not like Bestiary. All right, this was released a bit ago, so I'm kind of late to the party, so to speak, on this one. Let's go ahead. Let's check out the YouTube video first. Should we do the video first? Let's read about it. Let's read about it first. And then, no, let's do the video. Let's just do the video. Let's do the video. All right, here you go, guys. And I'm going to, hopefully I don't get feedback. It won't be too loud. I'll turn my speakers down.
The Vaal Temple of Atzoatl. Wealth, decadence, cruelty, death. Lost for over 1,000 years. But there is a way to find Atzoatl. I will thrust you into the past.
I'll thrust you. Okay. Interesting. Monsters killed, so it looks like kind of looks like a rampage bonus or whatever it's called, right?
But beware.
Ooh, what's that?
Changing the past will transform the temple's future.
Okay. Choose your own adventure. That's cool.
Open new paths. Steer the temple's construction.
Huh. Office of Cartography. Forge. Wow, I can't read this fast. Spawns poisonous
pots. The
pots.
ruins of Atzoatl, everything within is ours for the taking.
That's a cool effect. Whoa. Okay. I don't know if that was a skill or traps. That was weird. That guy needs to get a loot filter, that's all I can say.
Are you ready? Let's make history.
Interesting. I don't know. It didn't feel like super crazy to me, but I think I guess the choosing your layout or something.
I'm Chris Wilson from Grinding Gear Games.
Oh, that's right. We get to listen to Chris Wilson talk about the dev stuff. Let's listen to what Chris Wilson has to say. I don't know. I feel like it's not a huge. I don't know. I'm not super pumped, but let's see what Chris Wilson has to say.
Gear Games. In Incursion, Alva Valai will transport you into the past to find the lost Vaal treasure temple of Atzoatl. By spilling more Vaal blood, your time in the past can be extended.
Okay.
When the incursion ends, the items you earned will shower at your feet. Changes made in the past will affect the temple ruins in the present day.
I think that's pretty cool. That's actually a pretty cool feature.
Unlocking doors in the past will allow you to access those rooms later. Killing Vaal architects will let you swap or upgrade rooms in the temple. You should remove rooms with disadvantages and upgrade rooms which can contain valuable rewards. You only get 11 chances to upgrade the temple before you visit it in the present, so make sure you do as much as you can to maximize your profits.
Look, we have a small babe.
Say thanks for the resub, man. We're doing the video thing real quick. I don't even know that was on. I don't even know how that showed. That's weird. Chris Wilson is telling us about the new
Once you've looted the ruins of Atzoatl, you may return to the past to reset the course of history and try again.
I feel like anytime you have to get a lead developer or someone, like Chris Wilson to explain to you how an expansion is going to work, I feel like that's always a good thing. It's like, let's get one of our devs that created this or, basically storyboarded this to explain to the player how it actually functions. I always feel like it's kind of scary because I feel like these things should be more intuitive where you can just figure it out as you play. Not like you have to get someone the creator of something who invented something to tell you how it works necessarily. Obviously, if it was a more complex thing, but when it comes to just something like an expansion, it's just saying this is the way it's supposed to work. By the way, I don't know. I think it's a cool concept where you change things in the past, it changes things when you get back to the present, which makes sense, I guess, when it comes to that theory of like time travel or whatever. I don't know if it's going to be gimmicky or whatnot. I don't know what you guys think. Like I said, I'm not super pumped, mainly because Bestiary was a terrible league, in my opinion. I just feel like there's a lot of work that PoE needs to do to kind of bring me back in to make me feel good about changes that they're making. Let's go ahead and read this stuff or whatever. Okay, I'll zoom in so maybe you guys can see a little better. Incursion League. In the Incursion League Challenge League, explorer Alva Valai is searching for the ancient Val treasure temple in Atzotl. I think it's Val treasure. Is it Val or Val? Val treasure temple in Atzotl. Kind of seems like an Inca type of Aztec vibe or something. Travel back in time to discover the location of the temple and change its history to maximize your reward. Path of Exile's June update includes Incursion League, new items, new gems, and a massive revamp to many iconic skills. The Temple of Atzotl, probably. Built at the height of the long-dead Vol Empire, the Temple of Atzotl holds stores of untold wealth and the population of a small city. But in the wake of a cataclysmic event, the temple and its secrets were swallowed by the jungle, forgotten by the world until now. Their artwork is pretty cool. I do like their concept art. Atzotl? I think this would be pronounced Atzotl. Because it's like Quetzalcoatl, isn't it? Yeah, whatever. Temporal incursions. Each time you encounter Alva in the wilderness, she can open up a time portal, allowing you to visit the Temple of Atzotl during its construction. Your brief visit can be extended by laying waste to its inhabitants. That's not very nice. These visits allow Alva to learn its location in the present day, and allow you to influence its contents and reap its rewards. I like this guy's like MTX, his hat. It's like an Indiana Jones kind of feel, I guess. Plunder Atzotl's ruins. After roughly a dozen temporal incursions, Alva will have narrowed down the present-day location of the Temple of Atzotl. Together, you can explore the jungle, discover the temple, and claim its treasures. Each type of room in the temple has its own risk and rewards. Unique risks and rewards, sorry. All right, well, here's a little picture. I think we saw these in the movie or the video or whatever. It has this like kind of Indiana Jones Temple of Doom type of feel, in a sense. Alter the course of history. Your actions in the past have significant consequences, or actually like Uncharted as well, which is kind of, I guess, more like Indiana Jones. By killing the Vault architects who guide the temple's construction, you can influence what rooms appear in the present-day version. During your incursions, you may find keys that can be used to unlock doors in the past, allowing access to additional rooms in the future. I think that's kind of cool. I don't know what that is. It looked like a portal. Ugh, look at that guy. It's in pain. All right. Balance your risk and reward. By traveling in the past and influencing the vault architects to upgrade the rooms they are building, you can access even greater treasures. Many upgraded rooms come with rewards worthy of the significant danger they introduce into the temple. Okay. Zolotl's elegant foil penetrates 40% lightning resistance. Oh, that's interesting. Oh my god, these names, man. I have no idea. Guatalitzes? Maybe? That's a lot of life. Story of the Vol. Vericite blade? I don't know how to pronounce that. A lot of damage, attack speed, life gain on kill. 50% of physical damage from hits with this weapon is converted to a random element. That's really good. Hits with this weapon always inflict elemental ailments. That seems pretty good. Fate of the Vol. Physical damage, attack speed. 100% of physical damage is converted into a random element. It seems like they're really trying to buff. I don't know why they're doing a lot of elemental damage. I feel like elemental damage already is, I guess, pure elemental damage. But see, it's all this is always like LE conversion from physical that's been super OP. Hits with weapon deal, okay, always inflict elemental ailments. Hits with this weapon deals 57% increased damage to ignited enemies, frozen and shocked enemies. God, that's ridiculous. I feel like this is ridiculous, man. If you could somehow set up like an elemental equilibrium type of thing and really reap from that, it could be really good. Can you imagine trying to use like Wild Strike or something? Mask of the Spirit Drinker. Life energy shield starts at 0. Cannot gain energy shield. Okay. 50 life regenerate per second if you have at least 500 max energy shield. So you cannot gain energy shield. How do you get energy shield then? So you get a ton of life regen if you have energy shield. So how do you gain energy shield in this game if you can't gain it? What does that mean? What does that mean? Like, what does it mean by cannot gain? Can you regenerate it? I don't think so. I don't know. I'd have to think about that. That's interesting. This is a really weird item. Vault skill gems and new gem traps. Or new trap gems, sorry. Content update 3.3.0 introduces 12 new gems because Incursion is a Vault themed expansion. We're adding 6 new Vault skills. That's cool. In addition, there are 5 new trap skills and new trap support gem, which is great because I feel like trap builds were very, very few. Mines are really good, but trap builds just kind of got stepped all over. Which helps solidify the trapper as a build to be reckoned with. Okay, that's good. Purity of Fire. Purity of Lightning. So they changed these slightly, I guess. Oh, okay, that's cool. They actually show you the 2 differences without having to look it up. That's really good. So this gives you basically reduced fire damage taken, and then you're also immune to ignite as well as your allies. And nearby enemies' fire resistance are ignored by hits. That's really good. So these are probably the same. Blight. Oh, interesting. Vol Blight, sorry. Looks like a lot more damage in general. And then hindered enemies take more damage. Increased damage. Lightning Spire Trap. There is a trap which one striker will repeatedly strike at multiple areas. Okay. Interesting. Might be a better... Well, it's a level 1. Oh, require level 28. So, yeah, it could be an upgrade to Lightning Trap, which would be nice. Siphoning Trap. There's a trap that applies debuff beams to a number of nearby enemies for a duration. The beams chill enemies and deal cold damage over time. A beam is also applied to you, granting life and mana regen based on the number of debuff beams affecting enemies. Weird. I might have to try a trapper build. I mean, I did enjoy trap builds before. I like mines a lot better. I don't like trap builds as much, but I might try one again. Volblade Vortex. They already had this. They must have revamped it or something. I don't know. I'm not sure. Unless they're just showing it again. They must have revamped it. I don't know. Explosive Trap. Wasn't that around already? Is this... They must have changed these. I just don't... Oh, Flamethrower Trap. There's a trap that releases a number of flames in different directions around it once it's triggered. The flames last for a duration, rotating around the trap. Okay, that must have been what we saw in the video, where those like... Look like the Super Mario Brothers like dungeon, you know, that little... Those things that are the big like fire pinwheel things. That has to be it. Seismic Trap. This trap wasn't triggered. Repeatedly releases a number of waves for a duration. So that one is kind of like an earthquake or sunder slash earth. Is it earthquake? I forgot the name of it already. Whatever that. You know, the one where you hit the ground and it does that. It's basically the same thing. Charge Trap support. Ooh, interesting. It's a new support skill. Support skills have 20% chance of power charge. Okay. Interesting. I think that's interesting just because you can get Blast Cascade. This is pretty much just not quite, but it's similar to just instead of getting Blast Cascade, you just use Charge Trap support. I feel like though, from what I'm reading, the Power Charge Frenzy Charge. I mean, I guess that's cool because you can get not just power charges but frenzy charges, and you also have the 12% crit strike multi per power charge, which is really good. And then you also have the trap throwing speed, which isn't a really big deal in my opinion. I don't know. Like, it's kind of one of those things where if you use charge trap support, you're losing a support gem that you could otherwise put there. And then there's no point to really get, well, there's not as much of a point to get Blast Cascade, yeah, I guess they two work together since it's not like, it's 100% one or the other. They're both 20%, I believe, or around. So I don't know. I feel like at least playing mines as a miner or whatever, when I play Blast or use Blast Cascade, I never had an issue with losing power charges or not having max power charges. So I'm not too sure. I didn't play with traps though, so I'm not too sure if it's one of those things where it was difficult to maintain max power charges with Blast Cascade as a trapper. So I could be wrong, but it seems like it's not the best thing, but it seems interesting. It could be good. It could be good. Revamped existing skills. In addition to the 12 new gems mentioned above, we've reworked around 20 existing skills in order to unlock even more gameplay options. We made changes to the effects, mechanics, function, and balance of these gems to bring them up to the power quality levels of modern Path of Exile skills. Various systems like Ignite has also been improved. Okay. Powerful new items. In addition to the 12 new gems described above, content update 3.3.0 also includes 28 new unique items, 20 new divination cards, and many other changes. Beast Song, Platinum Chris. Okay. Sure. I don't know what I'm looking at here. Oh, Unholy Might, I see. String of Servitude, increase max life. Implicit modifier magnitudes are tripled. Oh, interesting. Okay. I'm trying to think, like, is there anything super OP about this? Like crit multis and stuff? Could be crazy. Zerfi's Heart. Actually, can you get is there any vol stuff that gives you implicit? I guess when you vol something, the corrupted things aren't considered implicit, maybe? I'm not too sure. Zerfi's Heart adds chaos damage. Items have 50% increased attributes requirements. Chaos damage can ignite, chill, and shock. That's crazy. Gain Soul Eater for 10 seconds when you use a vol skill. Ooh. Man. Chaos damage, Chaos was something where it was super OP, and then they kind of nerfed it with double dipping, and then it came back in the form of just poison damage with crit, crit, power charge, assassin type, or whatever, or even trickster. Corruption Loop. Bleeding cannot be inflicted on you. Okay. And percentage of life is really good. They changed the Shaper Seed. It's a corrupted version. I actually used this one. I used Shaper Seed on my Righteous Fire guys when they didn't have enough mana regen and stuff when I was trying to play Mind Over Matter. Grants level 23 Period of Fire, 21% increase elemental damage with attack skills. Okay, life regen still, mana regen. Nearby allies gain 2%. Oh, that's crazy. Okay, so you give 2% life regen to allies, and you also give them a ton of mana. So it's kind of more of a support thing. Period of Fire and everything, it's all very, very much support. Shrieking Essence. Wow, 9 Shrieking Essence. Wow, that's cool. So a div card that gives you essences. You're kind of put off by Bestiary like I was. Maybe you really liked Bestiary. There's no hate there. I'm not going to judge you. A lot of people did like it. Some people might have been their first expansion and that was their first taste of Path of Exile, and maybe they really enjoyed it and they don't know any better or whatever. I just thought the mechanics were bad. The rewards weren't great. They're okay for certain things, for sure, but there's too many bugs. Like, I really got put off by the fact that I would capture a beast, but it wouldn't count, or 3 of us in a party would capture it, but only one of us got it, or none of us got it, and we waste, a whole bunch of nets. I just thought Bestiary was very poorly done and executed. Obviously, some people liked it. I just thought it was... like I said, to reiterate, I think it's the worst expansion ever. Excuse me. Yeah, so Incursion, I feel like there's a lot of makeup or catch up, I guess you can call it, that Path of Exile needs to do, or GG needs to do to kind of win me back over. So where, I don't have this biased mentality of I'm going to hate this. I think I've gotten scarred by Bestiary in the sense that whenever I log on the path now, I just feel like I have this sinking feeling that I'm just going to get bored and hate what I'm doing. And I don't want to go through that again. So I'm really hoping that Incursion is can kind of maybe push things back into my favor. I think I'm going to go in this with high hopes and low expectations. That's why I've gone into every single Path of Exile expansion, and I've liked almost every single one of them. I feel like that's how you should go through all of Path of Exile expansions. High hopes, low expectations. That way you're hoping for the best, and when shit happens, hey, it's what you expected. So I think that's a good note to leave it on. Hopefully you guys liked the video. If you guys did, do remember to hit the bell notification up there. Subscribe to the channel. Comment down below. Follow me on twitch.tv/Cooterz. I do stream, hopefully, now every day. I was gone. If you guys notice, I've been gone for a while. I was in the hospital. I'm fine. Just recovering. Been very tired, pretty much. It's just a low energy thing in terms of recovery. So, like I said, let's hope things are good. And do remember to do big, do good, and do you. And I'll see you guys in the next video.